How can foam and tape possibly make a keyboard better? Hi, it's Sal, and we're back again with another We Deem DIY, and today we continue to try to make the Redragon Fizz a better gaming keyboard, apparently with foam and tape. Let's take a closer look. We're gonna do something different in this video, no fluff, no babble, and just get right into it. Before performing any of the mods in this video, I suggest watching the whole video because there are some things I would have done differently, which we get into at the end. For this mod, you're going to need a thin foam sheet, which I got from Michaels, some tape, preferably painter's tape, a scissor or X-Acto knife, a keycap puller, possibly a switch puller depending on the keyboard, a brush for cleanup, and maybe some new keycaps, but these are not necessary. For this video, we are going to be modding the Redragon Fizz. Your keyboard might be a little different and the disassembly process might involve more steps. First step is to remove all the current keycaps with your keycap puller and set them aside. Give it a little brush. Now on to removing the 9 screws on the top panel. I wasn't sure at first if I had to remove the switches to get the top panel off, but after the screws were removed and the panel was lifted, I realized switch removal is not necessary. With the PCB set aside, it's time to measure the inner part of the base to cut the foam insert. I roughly measured 11 5/16 by 3 7/8 and then cut it with my blade. After placing the foam in the bottom of the base, I cut the holes out for the standoffs and then replaced the board. At this point, I wanted to replace the keycaps. Wait, how'd those keys get on there? Dumb editor. Hey, I'm the editor, you a. If you have opted to keep the original keycaps that came with the Fizz, you can skip ahead by checking the timestamps in the description down below. I have 3 different PBT keycaps from Hyperx, Razer, and an unknown brand, GTSP. These GTSP keycaps were the cheaper out of the 3, costing only $16.89 for 61 caps. They are smaller and slightly shorter than the Fizz keycaps. To be completely honest, the Redragon Fizz keycaps feel like they are made of better quality, and that would make changing them to these pointless. With all the keycaps on, I noticed something. Maybe it's just me, but all the keycaps have a different sound. Upon deeper inspection, I noticed that the keycaps scuff really easily, and it feels like the caps have a texture. Not sure if I like or hate this. There is some flex with both the original Fizz caps and the cheaper GTSP red-black keycaps. I gave the Razer caps the squeeze test, and there was absolutely no flex. The inner layer looks, can I say, fortified. The caps seem to sit higher than the other 2, and there is more travel, which seems to cause a better mechanical sound. The shift button seems to still have a deeper sound, which is probably due to the caps not sitting quite right and being tighter on the stabilizers. Oh no, that's not right. Has the most expensive keycaps become a failure because of one cap? Oh, there you go. All black caps match the original color scheme better than the red and the black caps. The Hyperx keycaps are loose in a vacuum sealed package and not secure like the Razers were. I had to be extremely careful pulling them out so everything wasn't out all over the place and to prevent having to clean up a mess off the floor. The most tedious part of this modding project is taking the keycaps off, putting them back on again, taking them off again, then putting them back on again, and yeah, taking them off again. What the hell? Well, that's disappointing. Some of the Hyperx caps have defects, little holes or dimples in the plastic, but despite that, I think visually they look the best, and I'm excited to see how the RGB looks with those translucent bottoms. I don't know. I think because of the bottom of the keycaps being frosted, it kind of dilutes the RGB and gives it a cheaper gaming keyboard look. Maybe if the bottoms were completely clear, it would give it a more striking look, make the RGB look more vibrant, and give it more of a premium look. There are 2 more mods that I want to try, and the first one is the tape mod. At first, I wasn't gonna do this, but I got curious. Will applying tape help acoustics and make the keyboard sound better? Basically, you take some tape. I got gaff tape, but you could use painter's tape, but I heard it's probably a good idea to stay away from duct tape, and I know how tempting it might be to use the king of tapes. That tape! Ew! Let me guess. Disgusting. It's all your fault, fatty. His fault. Just apply tape to the entire bottom of the PCB. Let's give it a listen. I don't know. I don't think it sounds much different, but you let me know in the comments down below if you think it sounds any different. Last mod, I promise. Something that just entered this small brain while recording this video, and it's adding weights. I purchased these weights on Amazon. They weighed 1/4 of an ounce, and they are 7 centimeters thick. I cut sections in the foam and tried to place the weights in spots that wouldn't interfere with the case clips. Did these mods make the Redragon Fizz a better gaming keyboard? I'd say so. The keyboard's a little more appealing, it sounds better, and the weights made it feel a little more premium. However, there are some things that I would have done differently. One of them being the tape mod, and yes, I probably would not have even done it at all. Personally, I think the sound isn't much different, and weirdly, I feel like this might cause some sort of heat issue with the capacitors at some point. Might have also looked for lower profile keycaps and thinner weights because the Redragon Fizz's case was not sealing properly. Also, I might not have gone with such low profile blue switches if this journey started with the Redragon Fizz instead of the Redragon Anubis. If I had to choose which keycaps I like the best, they would more than likely be the Razers because of the build quality and the sound. However, the Hyperx are pretty decent, and as time going on, the RGB has kind of grown on me. Let us know down below if there are any mods you would have performed on the Redragon Fizz, and then also I'm curious, what's your favorite gaming keyboard? Don't forget to check out the We Deem Gaming Community Facebook group for exclusive DIY projects, unboxings, and mini reviews. Follow us on social, and all the product links are in the description down below. As always, I'm gonna go shave this mess. As for now, I'll see you in the next one.
Hey guys, instead of staring at my ugly mug,